Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Schneider. Welcome to the Song Club.
I knew it was a bad idea to meet you here, my dear. 'Cause now that I've done it, my heart...
All right. Well, here we are in the Song Club. I guess that's my new. It's not the new thing, but it's the way I've been starting it for, I don't know, 30 or 40 episodes. Here we are in the Song Club. I'm sure some people who maybe take their lives more seriously, take what they do more seriously, would have maybe come up with some kind of cool intro. But that's not me. I just like to keep it real cash. I like to keep it real, I don't know, friendly. I don't need to put on airs. I like to keep it real. I like to keep things on the up and up, I guess. And there's a lot of people that you're going to find in the entertainment industry who don't want to keep things on the up and up. They want to try to trick you into thinking that they're smarter or funnier than they actually are. But not me. I'm fine with who I am. And I'm fine with you guys being who you are. And I'm glad you're here. So welcome. This is the 63rd one of these, so I'm getting as good as you can possibly get at this point at doing this. There are awards for podcasting, which I've been nominated for year after year, and every year I politely decline. I like, there are people that need that recognition more than I do. They're narcissists, and they have a hard time. They need that recognition to feel okay, and I don't need it. I want it, but I don't need it. So, let them have the glory. Let them get that little ashtray or statue or knick-knack or whatever you call it. Let them have the thing to put up on their shelf. Let them have the money that comes along with it. Let them have the boat, the yacht, the private plane, the bikini-clad whore. Let them have that life. I'm happy with what I've got. An old car that's about to, it's on its last legs. That kind of thing. I'm fine with it. What do I need? Do I need to be driving it around in a Lamborghini? No. It's too hard to get in and out of. I need a car that's easy for a man like me to navigate going in and out of that door. And then I'm happy. And then also get me to the place I'm going. That's good. Because I used to have a car. It's called a VW Bug that was made in 1971. And that car often would not get me to where I was going because the gas gauge didn't work and I didn't have any money. So I would put like $1 or $2 in. And back in those days, that was, 2 or 3 gallons of gas. And that would get me, I don't know, maybe 40 miles down the road, but I didn't know when that 40 miles was because I didn't know how much gas was in there to begin with. So often I'd be just driving along, windows down, no air conditioning, listening to the latest Bob Schneider jam on the cassette player. And all of a sudden the engine noise would have faded. And now I'm like Fred Flintstoning it down the road in a bright yellow VW Bug with cow print covers on the seats. And it would be a hot day and it'd be in Austin. And then I would have to get the old gas can out of the hood because the engine's in the back of those things. And then I would start a walking to the nearest gas station. And hopefully I had some money. Sometimes I'd have some change. Sometimes I'd have $1 or $2. And I would go get a gallon of gas, come back, put that in the Bug, and of course it doesn't start right away when you run out of gas. You gotta, like, I don't know, prime it or something. It's like, you know, if you have to stop in the middle of love making to go do something, you come back, you can't just start in the middle. You gotta restart it, you know, have a conversation, find out the person's feelings, how they're doing, what happened to them, you know, during the day, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what you got to do with your car. You got to kind of get to know it a little bit better, lovingly pump the gas and do all kinds of shit. And then eventually it'll start back up again, and then you're back on your way. Now, granted, you missed whatever meeting you had or wherever you were supposed to be. That's long since passed you by. But you feel horrible, and then you get to write a good song, like Tokyo. I wrote Tokyo at a bus stop in Austin, Texas in the middle of the summer. And the chorus is, Tokyo is not far enough away from where I want to be today. Because I was not having a good day. And had I been having a good day, I couldn't have written that song. I'd have written a song like, Lavaca Street is far enough away from where I am right now, because it's not a bad day. It's okay. It's kind of having an okay day. So anyways, it is the month of June 2022. I have written some songs last month in May, and I've got some of those for you guys to listen to. Let's start with the newest song, called Gene Simmons Has a Change of Heart. Now, in the early 2000s, I had a manager, Doc McGee, and he managed a band called Kiss. Gene Simmons is the bass player and co-leader of that band, along with Paul Stanley. I got to meet him a couple times because he used to come to see my shows. Not to see me, I don't think, but mainly to see if there were any ladies in the audience. And there were back in those days, and there still are. There's still ladies now. There were ladies then. And he would come out because it was a free show. He didn't have to pay to get in. And there were ladies that he could tongue kiss or more. I don't know. But he liked to kiss strangers, and they liked to kiss him too because he's a big star. And I remember I was talking to him one time, and he was telling me, we were talking, I don't know why, but he was like, you gotta talk to your manager every day, which I've never done. He thought that was important. And I think it is, actually. But again, I'm more concerned with writing a good song than I am about making money. I think Gene Simmons was more concerned about making money than he was writing a good song. And that's probably the only difference between me and him. Oh, and he has a giant tongue, which I don't have. But I was talking to him, and then all of a sudden somebody came up to me and said something, and I turned and answered their question. And when I turned back, where Gene Simmons was, there was air. And then I looked a few feet away, and there was Gene Simmons tongue-kissing a young lady. Looked like she was in her early 20s, and giving her that Gene Simmons monster tongue. And literally less than a minute had elapsed between when I was talking to him and now he's making out with what I think is a stranger. And there's her friend behind her waiting in line to also tongue kiss him, I believe. Now, just as I don't want to watch a snake swallow a small child, I turned away and noticed a woman who looked like she might be a sex worker or a prostitute, who knows, looking very unhappy. And I was like, who are you? And she's like, I came here with Gene, but he looks like he's found some new company. I'm like, interesting. So yeah, that was my interaction with Gene Simmons. Anyways, I wrote a song this month called Gene Simmons Has a Change of Heart, where I mentioned Gene. Now, again, this is a fictional account of Gene Simmons. I don't know anything about him. I haven't seen him in 20 years. But let's check it out and see if we like it. It's our first song this month here in the Song Club. Let's do it.
Gene Simmons had a change of heart one night while he was on the town, chasing them hoes around. He decided he might settle down. He was longing for them good old days when he was a younger dude, wearing them monster clothes, oh, and them high-heeled shoes, letting that blood pour down his hair, hotter than a polar bear. Couldn't keep the girls away, no, not even Cher. Cher, she was number one, hotter than a smoking gun, singing about the Cherokee, all up on Greg Allman's Big D. I'm getting off topic though, 'cause all I wanna say is, bro, you really never know which way life's gonna go.
Oh, yeah. That's the kind of song you write when you've spent the entire week listening to a Spotify channel called 70s Dub and Reggae. That's all I've been listening to. I don't know why, but something about listening to King Tubby and that sort of early dub from the 70s, it just makes me feel... It's like perfect summer music. I'll open up a nice cold mineral water, put my feet in the pool, listen to that music, and it's all good. It's a wonderful life, and I'm very grateful for it. I'm very grateful for everything in my life, but mostly grateful for the Song Club. Maybe the greatest podcast of all time. Hard to say. It's close. Close to number one for sure. And you guys are here, and that's why it's number one in my heart, is because you guys are here. If you guys were not here, it would not be number one. It would be number two. So yeah, that was Gene Simmons Has a Change Heart. Now, the song phrase for this week was deep thinker. Now, did I use the song phrase in that song? Nope, did not. I have to turn that in tonight to the group. And what I'm going to do is at some point I'm going to just jam the word, oh, he a deep thinker, in the song. And then I will have fulfilled the mandatory obligation of including the phrase in the song. Is that cheating? Yeah, it's cheating. Do I care? No. Because I wrote a song and I like it. And that's really what the song game's about. Now, you guys can start your own song game. And the way it works is you find some friends who want to write songs, and then you come up with a phrase and send it out, and then you give yourself a couple days or a week or however long you want to write a song, and then you send them to each other, and then you'll end up with a bunch of songs. You can do that with poetry. You can do it with, which I also do. You can do it with art. It's just it's like a weird deadline that you can give yourself to finish a creative project, whatever it is. I've been doing it for years, and it works like a charm. Damn, this is the new taking care of business Bob Schneider, where I just fucking get into it, talk about the songs, take care of business. I don't fuck around. I used to do a lot of fucking around on this thing where I'd be like, let me talk about this and let me talk about that, but not anymore. Now I'm just getting right into the heart of it. I'm sharing details, facts, figures, information. You guys are like learning shit. It's like fucking school, but better. It's like school, but not as fucking boring. Because we're not studying fucking geography or fucking social science. Is there any worse class than social science? Dude, when we had to study social studies, I was like, first of all, I don't know what that is. A. B, as soon as they started talking about it, I was like, this shit is boring. I mean, at least with math, it's like, like, okay, you got a number here. It means this, and then this other number means that. And then when you interact these two numbers, something happens. There's an actual answer. That's boring too, but at least it's like real. This other thing's like, like these people are doing this here and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, burn this book immediately and cancel this class forever from all schools. History, if you got a good history teacher, that class could be really cool, but I think there's actually 3 good history teachers in the entire world, so the chances of you actually having that person is slim. I didn't. So there's another, scratch that one. If you got the boring history teacher, give me a pillow. English? No. What am I speaking? Am I speaking English? I don't need to take the class. Scratch it. Art? Yes. Drama? Yes. What are the other good classes? Science, I guess. Science is a pretty good class, like biology or whatever. Yes, keep that class. Auto mechanics? Yes. Dude, if I could just go back to high school, I would take auto mechanics. I never took it once. It was the only class that I could have taken in high school that would have made a difference in my life. And I didn't take it because it had the stigma that only the losers took that class. I fucked up by not taking that class. Woodworking? Didn't take it either. Again, lunkheads. Didn't take it. Should have taken it. Chess club? Yep, of course. Math club? Yes, of course. Those are the things I was in. I was a nerd. Nerds. That was me. All right, let's listen to another song now that we've solved school. Now that we've made school better. I tried to talk my son into dropping out of school when he was in high school, and he didn't want to do it. I can't even imagine if my dad would have tried to talk me out of going to school, what my relationship would be like with my dad now. He wanted me to go to college, which I did. But I didn't go to get no degree. I just went to college to get drunk. And I did. All right. This next song is called Royces. I was driving around and I started singing the opening line, I'm eating Royces. I was like, oh, I like that. So I recorded it into my phone and then went home and wrote this song. Now, is the song good? I don't know. It's a song. Let's listen to it, and then we'll make our decision. We'll listen to it, and then we'll do like what they do in the Olympics. We'll judge it, and I'll be all the judges. Here we go. Oh, that's not the right song.
I'm eating Royces, guided by voices, making sketchy choices. I'm too gone to say there's no more world hunger when you dial my number. Thought I was a werewolf, I was just new to this skin.
Damn, am I James fucking McMurtry up in this bitch? Yeah, kind of. A little bit.
I was born in the city. There's a ghost of you there. You used to be a stranger. Now you're hardly there. If you try this product, it'll make you feel better. If you sign up today, you'll feel better, I swear. Oh, oh, oh. There's not much to talk about now that we're both sober. What was the name of that band we'd go see? Don't worry about forever. There's too much to handle. I'll show you my fever if you show me yours. Oh, I'm down at Joe Rogan's, working on my problems. I'm higher than an airplane, harder than coal. But if you take me for granted, I'll buy you a coffee. Have you seen the new Thor? He's looking pretty swole.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention Joe Rogan in that. I keep thinking that me and Joe Rogan are going to be best buds because he's going to like come to see me at the Saxon Pub one night when somebody suggests like, oh, you're in Austin, you should go see this guy because he's really good. And he's going to come and he's going to be like, oh, this guy's great. And then I'm going to be on this podcast, and then we're going to be friends, and then we're going to be hanging out and stuff. And then people are going to hate me because I'm hanging out with Joe Rogan. And or they'll love me because I'm hanging out with Joe Rogan. And but none of that's going to happen probably because nobody's probably going to have that conversation with Joe Rogan. And even if they do, he's going to be like, yeah, I got better things to do than go see another man perform music that I'm unfamiliar with. And therefore, there's going to be too many roadblocks for that to happen. But like all things in life, you just never know what's going to happen. So we'll see. But I did include him in a song. And I do like that song. Listening to it back, I'm like, oh, that's very pleasing. Now, I did try to play that live, and it kind of sucked live. But sometimes that happens. You write a song, you kind of like it, and then you play it live, and you realize, oh, there's not much to it. So maybe there wasn't too much to it, but I did enjoy listening to it, and I hope you guys will enjoy listening to it because you gon' get it this month. If you're part of my Patreon, you get all these songs. You get a whole album's worth of song every month. You get 8 new songs that have never been released, and you get them if you sign up today at patreon.com, patreon.com/Bob Schneider, and join today. You can do it for as little as you want or as much as you want, depending on how much BDE you got. Let's listen to another one. Another new song, newish, a couple weeks old now. All these songs were written in May of 2022. This one's called Welcome to the Future. Let's see if we like it. A lot of just, again, I'm very, very proud of myself for keeping things on track and not getting too lost in the weeds. Maybe this is a new start for me as a podcaster. I mean, I'm leading the field. I'm in the top 1 podcasts in the world. So who thought it could get better? And no one, but here we are getting better. So yay. All right, let's listen to this other new song. It's called Welcome to the Future. Already I'm excited because the future is something I've always been excited about, and let's see what this song's got to do with that. All right, here we go. Oh, and then once again, it's skipping over for some reason. Oh, shit. What the hell is this? Is this Queen?
Welcome to the future. We're here. Welcome to the future. Let me get you up here. There's so much to do. There's so much to see. Welcome to the future. We finally arrived. Welcome to the future. It's so good to be alive. Here's what you know. Now pick a side. Welcome to the future. Take a good look around. There might be one or two things I have found that could use a little work. I mean, everyone's going berserk. Yeah. Welcome to the future. Take a hit off this thing.
Whoa. That song's pretty incredible. I mean, I was not expecting that, even though I wrote it, and I've forgotten how bombastic that song is. That song's pretty damn good. I feel like that's worth the price of admission alone. Again, it's weird because there's songs that you write that are fun to record and write in the studio, and then when you try to perform them live, sometimes they don't come across that well. And then you think, well, how good is that song if you can't play it live? But there are some songs that are kind of cool recordings that are kind of hard to pull off live, especially, you know, if you've got a traditional sort of drums, guitar, bass band, which I do. But yeah, pretty good little grouping of songs for the month. Let's why don't we go back in time and pull out an older song. I wrote this song many years ago, probably definitely in the sort of early 2000s, maybe mid 2000s. And I remember Bruce Hughes, who he's played with me since 93. He's the bass player in my band. He also is a very fine solo artist, and he just put out an album that you probably want to check out. But he was in the song game at the time, and we were trying to come up with a phrase for the song game, and he came up with the title Sons of Ralph, which I thought was excellent. And you know, sometimes you get a title like that or a phrase like that, and it feels like the song just immediately just starts writing itself in your head. That's what it felt like with this one. So I recorded this song, and then we put it on a Scabs album. So that's how, I mean, I think the last Scabs album we made was 2002 maybe. So this song was probably written in 2001. Anyways, I found the original demo for it that I recorded, and it's me doing all the voices, and it's pretty fun, pretty funny version of it. The version that's on the Scabs album is pretty good as well, but there's something about this version that I found appealing, and I was like, have I released this in the Song Club? And then sure enough, there it was, unreleased, a gem from the past that I have not set free into the world, and now this month it is going out there to you guys and to anybody who wants to pony up that dough on Patreon. So here it is, the original demo for Sons of Ralph.
We are a lazy lot, we partake of the pot. We are the Sons of Ralph, Sons of Ralph. We're low on cigarettes, we suffer from Tourette's. We are the Sons of Ralph, the Sons of Ralph. We don't step there, play glue. to drink all day. It makes them okay. We are the sons of Ralph, the sons of Ralph. Our girlfriends swallow, they don't spit, 'cause they just don't give a. We prefer scoring over fighting. It's just so much more exciting. Yay! We like to party all weekend long. Oh! We keep the weed lit in the bone. The motto of this song is, if it feels good, it can't be right. We are the cream of the crop. We throw
Well, there you have it. I guess I was trying not to cuss or something because the lyric is we prefer fucking over fighting, but I said scoring over fighting. I guess I thought maybe somehow that was going to be some sort of big hit or something, and I want to make sure that I did a clean version so that, you know, it wouldn't be banned in Walmart or something. There's been a lot of stuff that I've done throughout my musical career where I've thought, well, maybe I should change this to make it more palatable for certain types of people. And what I've discovered, the older I get, the more I'm like, oh, you should always just do what you think is interesting and what you think is funny or exciting or whatever you think the art should be. That's what you should do, and not worry about anybody else, because it doesn't make it better. Like me changing the line from fucking to scoring, we prefer scoring over fighting, it doesn't make the song better. It just makes it more palatable for uptight people who have a hard time with language, or maybe it's, you know, like they don't want their kids to hear that language because somehow that's going to corrupt their children. But I've cussed around my children my whole life, and they're great. My son is an incredible, wonderful kid, young man. I mean, he's 16. He's turned out great. Cussing is not the problem. And then people get stuck in these weird details where they think, like, if you say the word shit or fuck or something, that somehow that's going to make the world worse. But it's not. It's just a word. What makes the world worse is being mean or hurtful, or that's what makes the world shitty. So just as I've gotten older, I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna do whatever I think is interesting and fun. Having said that, I still balk at including curse words on my records, just because again, I like the music that I make, and the people that I make the music for have families now, and so I do like the idea of the whole family being able to listen to something without it becoming a big, you know, a big to-do. So I keep it in mind. And I do shows, I do family shows all the time where I'm playing in public and there's kids there. And I don't mind keeping those shows G-rated. It's kind of a nice challenge, actually, to not be able to curse or make dick jokes or something. You know, which is kind of lazy humor. So I don't know. I contradict myself all the time. Now, am I a walking contradiction? No. But I do. I'll say one thing, and then once I think about it for a minute, I'll go, I can kind of see why that's true or why it's not true, and then kind of go back and forth. Because things, depending on how you look at them, depending on your perspective, something can be bad or good. But you have to shift your perspective for that to be true. And if you're unwilling to shift your perspective, which I think a lot of people are like that, or some people are like that to a certain degree. And I like to move around. I like to move around and look at things from all sides. And I feel like I get a better idea of what things are that way. And, well, look at me. Just besides having the number one podcast, now I'm just congratulating myself for the way I think. Damn, son. What's going on? It's too much love. Speaking of too much love, let's go back again. This is another song. This song's from it says it's from 2007, which sounds about right. This is a song called Song About Love. And what I did was, at the time, I sent this song out to the group. And I was like, hey, will you guys each add a verse? Now, I think the song I'm about to play is just me doing the verse. But I do have some other versions of it with people that were in the song group at the time. I think Billy Harvey was in the song group at the time. Bruce Hughes, I think, was. I'm not sure. You'd have to. Anyway, I don't like to release. I don't put out songs that have other people's singing on them, just because when we do the song game, it's a closed in-house thing, and if those people want to put that out, that's up to them. So I think this is just me. Having said that, I hope it's just me, because if it's not and it's somebody else, then again, I'll be contradicting myself. So let's check it out. This is called Song About Love.
This is a song about how much I love you. This is a song about love. This is a song about how much we love you. This is a song about love. This is a song about the road of life, beneath starry skies above. This is a song about, this is a song about, this is a song about love. 'Cause I love you so much.
Oh, yeah.
And if I had to cross the oceans and the desert,
Oh, yeah.
the deserts and the ocean,
The deserts
using
and the
only the camels and the submarines,
submarines.
granted to me by the U.S. government, Postal
yeah.
Service.
Postal Service.
If I were to do this,
Yeah.
using no sustenance of any kind,
No,
no water, no
nothing.
food,
Hallelujah.
I would do it.
Hallelujah.
I would do it in a second without even thinking about it. Because,
Amen.
baby,
Amen, brother.
I love you. And this is a song about, this is a song, this is a song about love. This is a song about how much we love you. This is a song about love. This ain't a song about people killing and pushing.
Well, there you go. That's a song about love. It's a song about love. What's wrong with that? Not much. Because love is good. Always. Period. Yeah. So there is a track somewhere on my computer that's got a bunch of other people telling their little stories about love, but again, I can't really release that. So it's just me telling my little story. And I guess there's some more some more verses in there as well. So yeah, that's an oldie. And then let's do one more oldie here. This is a song called "Something to Believe In," and it's a song. I guess it's a rap song. I think I was listening to a band called Atmosphere at the time, and I do think that that's kind of the sort of the inspiration. Now, if you listen to Atmosphere, if you're familiar with that group, it's a rap group, or it's a guy that calls himself Atmosphere. You'd be like, oh, this doesn't sound anything like him. But that's the thing with me. Like, I don't have the ability to necessarily emulate somebody perfectly. So in my mind, I'll think that I sound like the person, but in reality, it's pretty far from the person that I think I'm, which is great. If I was a better musician, I might sound too much like the person that I was emulating, and then you'd be like, oh, you're just copying whoever. So let's listen to it. This is me, where or not me, but the person who's singing the song is like in the drug business, and they're getting into shootouts and stuff. It's pretty exciting stuff. It's kind of like it's like Wrath of Man. If Wrath of Man was a song, it would be this song. So let's check it out. Something to Believe In.
In these days at the end of the world, I don't mind the sound of clocks ticking. Sad little chapter in the history of heartbreak. You can't slow down and the brake pedal's sticking. All they wanna tell me is the stuff I can't believe in. Tell me what I should want and who to be and who to see it. It's alright though, cause I know all the ways to get back home. I slip by my mind like a foot slips out a slipper. This world, so deceiving. Still until I can't believe I've ever seen it. Until I can't believe I've ever seen it. Just need something to believe in. Don't want your money, just wanna save you. Don't want your money, I just wanna save you. That little fucker from the Bronx was gonna kill me. Holding a gun to my head, the little fucker said he was gonna shoot me if I didn't get the fuck out of town, get out of the nightclub business. But what he didn't know then is I'll always be up in this. You can try and tell me what I need to believe in. Bullets can stop my body, but they can't stop me from seeing the truth all around me. Baby, you can drown me, surround me with an army, bomb me from the party bus. This world, so deceiving. Still until I can't believe I've ever seen it. Until I can't believe I've ever seen it. Just need something to believe in. Don't want your money, just wanna save you. Don't want your money, I just wanna save you.
Damn, it's getting lost in the music there. Holy moly, I love that song. Actually, it's one of my faves. Yeah, it's weird. I was like thinking, where does it all come from? And it comes from your subconscious, by the way. The answer is it comes from your subconscious. You collect a lot of information with your eyes and your ears and your nose and your mouth. It goes into your brain and it sits there and it stews, and it's not in your conscious brain. It's not the part of your brain where you're like, what am I thinking? I mean, it's not like it's not in the, it's underneath the surface, and it bubbles up, and you get still and you write down what comes up. And if you can do it without having too much judgment, you can just write down whatever comes to your mind, and you can get really nice songs that way. Now, if you are using the critical part of your mind, you're like, well, that doesn't make sense, or what, or that's stupid, or that's silly, or whatever, then it's going to stop that process almost immediately, and then you're going to start overthinking things and trying to fix things. But really, your only job as a creative person is to just get really still and find out what comes up out of that subconscious. Write it down or draw it or whatever you're doing. And then only after you've done that, at that point, once all the information's there, can you start looking at it and trying to figure out the puzzle of what it is. And that's when you can use your critical part of your brain and go, okay, well, let's craft this information into something that makes sense or whatever. And some people don't. Like I've been listening to the new Kurt Weill record, and I feel like he just, whatever comes up is what he ends up with, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just going to use all of it. I'm not gonna try to make sense of it. I'm not going to necessarily shoehorn any of it into some meaning. And there's something about that that's very delightful and charming. And also, the thing that he does, which I really like, is he really avoids cliches. So if it's a saying or an adage, he just refuses to use those in his songs. Now, I tend to use them not to the extent of somebody like John Bon Jovi, who it's all sayings and adages that you've heard in a song. Now, who made more money, Bon Jovi, Bob Schneider, or Kurt Weill? And the answer is Bon Jovi. So he's laughing all the way to the bank with his cliches and adages. What have we learned on this song club so far? We've learned, A, that I have the #1 podcast in the world. B, I'm great at what I do. And C, I appreciate you guys listening. I do have another couple new songs. These are both from May 2022. I don't remember much about either of them. So let's listen to them so that I can remember them anew with you guys at the same time. This is called I've Got Your Number. Oh, and it's not playing it again, which is nice.
You want the world to spin around you the way you want it to. And when I ask you what that means,
I think this is...
you say I don't listen to you.
I think this has something to do with watching the Amber Heard thing.
But I got your number. Yeah, I don't need your number. Yeah, I got your number now. You got a weird way of knowing where the bombs are gonna fall. When the police show up with their guns in the hall. You're there in your underwear, letting the monsters run free. I wish it was, but it's never up to me. I heard you had a backup plan. I heard it fell through. I might have a backup plan or two. Have you tried the ayahuasca? I heard it works like a charm. I had a friend who did, he nearly bit off his arm. Fuck it, let's head to the forest. They say that it's haunted. They say if you
There you go. Oh, this is nice. My computer's telling me that the bit rate is not enough. So if you're watching this on YouTube, which of course you should be watching it on YouTube, also you should be subscribing on YouTube, and you should also be liking on YouTube. Also, you should be encouraging everyone that you've ever met in your life to also go on YouTube and subscribe and like. Also, listen to my podcast. Also, listen to all my music. And that's everyone. That's everyone you've ever known, ever loved, ever met, ever hated, ever come in contact with. That should be every person. So thousands of people, and then those thousands of people should tell thousands of people. And eventually it'll, in a matter of hours, the entire world will know who I am, and I'll be a wealthy person. And because of that wealth, and because of that popularity, and I'll be happy, finally, for the first time in my life. And that'll be because of your work and your efforts in making that happen by, again, notifying, contacting every single person that you've ever come in contact with, beginning, let's do a cutoff of 4 years of age. So anybody from preschool till now, anybody that you've worked with, anybody that's ever, the cops that have arrested you, the people that you've met in bars casually at night and gone home with, contact those people and go, hey, and they'll be nervous at first. They're like, oh, are you calling me because you need a DNA sample because of a child? You'll be like, no, I just want you to listen to Bob Schneider's Song Club and also join his Patreon and also subscribe to him on YouTube. And so let's get rolling. Let's get rolling. I'm doing my part. I've created the #1 podcast in the world. I'm writing these songs every month. I'm also pulling out just gems from the song chest and making them available every month. Not making them available, actually just giving them to you guys to do with as you will. And as you will, I mean to listen to them. So I think we've got it figured out. I think we feel pretty good about everything in the world. And so mission accomplished. Let's get out of here with this last song. It's called Got It. And it's a rap song. And if you know this about me, you know that when you have a problem writing a song, you write a rap song. That's the way it works. It's like writers who can't write become critics. And songwriters who can't write a song write rap songs. Now, are the rappers that write rap songs too worried about what I'm saying? Well, let's go knock on the door of their private jet and see if they'll let us inside so we can ask them. Oh, they're not answering because they're in there having group sex with the hottest people in the world, drinking $1,000 bottles of champagne while naked chefs prepare food for them. So I think we know what the answer is, but, you know, there's not necessarily any reason to presuppose. So's we'll wait until they're ready to answer. Open up the door of their private jet. Anyways, once again, loved hanging out with you guys here at the Song Club number 63. We'll see you again next month with more songs, more good times. Again, patreon.com/Bob Schneider. Join the thing today. Also, if you want more podcast action, I have a podcast with my buddy Clint Wells called I'm Okay, You're Okay, I'm Not Okay, You're Not Okay. As good as this one is, that one's even better. It's more fun because I'm talking to a buddy. And sometimes we'll have yuck yucks, which is fun. When I'm talking to myself, I have yuck yucks as well, but this is more like serious. This is more like the Louvre, you know, where you get to see the Mona Lisa, you get to see Rubens' paintings and stuff like that. That's what the Song Club is. It's masterpiece. It's a masterpiece in podcasting and songwriting. And this other one's sort of like the Jeffersons. It's fun. It's a fun TV show. We have some silly good times. And there's, you know, you get to see that once a week. This is once a month. So this is more War and Peace. That other one's compilation of mad comics, which is fun. All right, so let's get out of here with this song. This is Got It, also from May 2022. We'll see you next month. Y'all take care. Let's jam on out of here. Oh, and it's again wonderful. Oh shit, here we go. Crank it up. 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 Crank it up in your car or wherever you're listening.
Mary got the money, but she don't got the dough. Betty got a blunt that she's sucking on for show.
With his
He's
voice?
got a name that they used back in the 80s. Sheila got a butt that's crazy. He's got my free time, like to spend it wisely. Making mad money, cheeseburger, shaking frosty. Take me to the river, tuck my donuts in the sauce. Damn, I like being a big boss.
Got it. Damn, this is the pumper. I should have started the fucking thing with this.
Got it.
This is the pumper. Pump it up, pump it up.
Apple in a pig's mouth, bullet in your leg butt. See you and Gibbs who getting them storm nuts. Black and Decker bitch used to work for the Bills. Now I'm working for the Navy making mills.
Pump it up, pump it
Growing
up.
pineapples down by the ocean. Don't give a shit, just going through the
Pump it up,
motion.
pump it
Many
up.
little reasons why I should give a fuck, but I don't. What's up? What's up?
Pump it up, pump it up. Pump it up, pump it up. Pump it up, pump it up.
Got it.